Hold on, ready? Ready?
Oh, you don't have to. No. I would wish you didn't. Back away from the microphone, ma'am. No. Don't put your throat up to it. That's awful.
I couldn't swallow for a second.
Oh, gosh.
Alright.
Off to a random start. Hypothetically, this is a podcast you are listening to that you hypothetically stumbled upon because you hypothetically have nothing else better to do. It's me, light-hearted Lucky Lachlan.
And me. I forgot what I was gonna say. Let's start over. Alright.
I'm gonna leave all this in, by the way.
No!
Hypothetically, this is a podcast you're listening to that you hypothetically stumbled upon because you hypothetically had nothing else better to do. It's me, loyally light-hearted Lachlan.
And it's me, passively precocious Paisley.
And you're listening to Hypothetically.
I don't know what that was. I apologize to all of our viewers. Viewers? You're not viewing any of this.
Our ear viewers.
Alright.
Isn't that what that is? Like you...
Alright.
If
you say so.
I mean, I feel like that... No? Is that not how that works? Yeah.
You know what?
If you see through your ears, that just means you're hearing, right? And if you hear out of your eyes, that just means you're seeing.
I mean, you're not totally
That's just artistic poetry, you know? That's how the... I didn't mean to sound so hippie.
You got real, like, indie.
I just got really, like, mellow, man.
No.
I really dressed for the part for this one.
You really did.
Yeah, for our ear viewers here. I've got like a little bandana thing going on here, and I've got a tie-dye shirt.
It's a real get-up.
It has a fine Godspell logo on it from the play I did most recently. And most recently being about a month ago at this point in time now. Yeah. What are you pointing to?
I was just pointing out my comedy certification.
Yeah. Where was that from? Carpenter's Way Church preschool department?
Yeah, I'm the funniest kid there.
Since when do they give out funniest pun awards?
They don't.
Did you make that?
No.
No? Who made that?
Miss Alicia.
No, I didn't.
Shout out, Miss Alicia.
What was the pun you made?
She's the goat.
What was the pun you made to win that award?
I just do all of them.
Oh, okay. So just you have a rep.
Read the subtext.
For the teacher who always has a clever pun up their sleeve.
Amen.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. So you just had a rep of making funny puns.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You got a
preschool volunteers.
You are a certificate in funny puns.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I guess this is technically our house tricks portion, I guess. It's been a minute. It's been quite.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. In the moment of recording this, y'all won't hear about the y'all. Yeah, we're really showing our true Southern colors here.
We're doxing ourselves.
We did that last episode, which was, golly, how long ago is that? Like at least 2 months ago.
I see your true colors.
No, just we're gonna copyright it if you do that. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
No, that kind of singing, they ain't gonna recognize what it is.
Probably not, because it was just like the first like 2 words. But yeah, the last episode was the one where we talked about we made breakfast at church.
Oh,
that was the last episode we recorded.
It was that long ago?
It was that long ago.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah, we have not been keeping up with this. You guys should be hearing this on Friday. It is currently Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, then that won't work because tomorrow is Friday.
Oh,
I'll have to. So yeah, no, you'll be hearing this next Friday, which I guess will just be your regular day. This will be recorded a week and a day from when we actually recorded this, which I guess we don't really have to let them know when we record this.
I'm gonna stop eating this because I feel like it's messing up.
Yeah, no, you really hit it off with that cold open there, which, if you guys know what I'm talking about, it means I didn't edit it out, which I don't know if I will because it's funny. In the time between last episode and this episode, I've done a whole musical. I've done a whole 6-day performance musical. And that was crazy.
But that was over the span of 2 weekends.
But still, I mean, it was something, right? I can't believe how much time.
But I mean, that's not even including rehearsals. That's just the performance days.
Yeah, just the performances. But I mean, and there were rehearsals in between that, in betwixt.
Right, but you didn't start rehearsals until after our last episode was recorded, right? Or were you?
No. We've been doing rehearsals since winter. Before.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember specifically going in on my first day. It was cold, and I was wearing my coat for the first few days. My super cool trench coat-esque
polyester.
It is 100% polyester. I don't know why that feels weird in a trench coat.
It's not supposed to be that.
Yeah, well,
it's like
Amazon, baby.
The first thing that came to my mind was linen, but if you had a linen trench coat, it'd raise a couple of eyebrows.
What's been going on in your life? How's tricks for you?
I graduated!
Hey!
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I graduated. I'm done with school. I don't plan on going to college, at least not for the current time, because I don't know what I want to do. And I don't want to end up spending like hundreds of thousands of dollars, or get hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt just to not pursue a career in whatever I chose to do. Like, I don't want to make a premature decision, pretty much is what I'm saying. So, excuse me.
I most likely will cut that out.
I beg your finest pardon. But yeah, and I'm having my graduation party tomorrow. So.
You're not invited, by the way. Just want to let you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Only VIPs.
Only
and
VIPs.
That is none of you.
Yeah. Haha. All of our beloved viewers are not invited to Paisley's graduation party.
I know.
Yeah. That's a little sad. But yeah, pretty much same stuff. Summer started, which is always a fun time. Yeah. Unless you're where we are, where it is so unbelievably humid.
Oh.
I mean,
I thought that was going to be like a really cool, like, hey, we just synced up moment, but
I mean, both of those things are accurate. I think the humidity might be worse than the hot, because hot is pretty universal around Texas.
So, so I would
at least
say,
in this time.
Right. But here, so in Arizona, they have like 115 degrees in the summer on a good day, but their heat is very dry. In the state that we are in, unbeknownst to you, but knownst to us, is...
So the second time you've made that joke in this podcast.
I'm waiting for somebody to, like, you know...
Just be like, ha 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 ha,
I know what... I'm waiting for somebody to catch what it's from.
Yeah.
Dang it. I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying something about...
Oh, Arizona heat is dry, but where we are, it is not dry. It is very, very, very...
moist.
Hot and moist.
Yeah.
It feels like you're sitting in somebody's mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. But I mean...
And it's still that hot. Yeah. It gets to like 110 degrees. Mm-hmm. And then there's humidity. 100% humidity. Which makes it feel like 125 degrees outside.
Yep. Be careful not to blister yourself on a seat belt buckle.
Go to your local pool.
Go to your local pool.
If you have one. If not... Stay inside.
Stay inside. Spare yourself the horrors of the heat. That'd be good.
Amen.
Oh, sounds like a name of something. Horrors of the heat.
Like a band name?
More like a climate change club.
Climate change club is insane.
First rule of climate change club: don't talk about climate change club.
Amen. Hold on. What did you say it was?
I don't know. Horrors of the heat?
Yes, I'm looking
Horrors.
This up because I want to know if this is
that might be actually a band name. You're actually looking it up. We barely even got started in the episode. How long are we going for? It's already been 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is not a song. So, if you're looking for a band name, there you go. It is not copyrighted. You have total rights to it. We will not sue you because it's not copyrighted. If you dare take the chance to mess with us, guys.
Oh gosh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. We're stretching our podcast muscles with this one.
Yep.
It's been a minute. It's also late ish
So late.
in the day.
We should have gone to
This
bed.
was a last minute decision. We've been meaning to record another episode.
For like what, a month now?
Well, yeah, at least a month because you have quite the trip coming up. Do you wanna divulge that information?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm not going to be in town for the next 2 months.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm leaving to work at a summer camp. It's a lot of fun.
The podcast just won't be the same without you.
Well, there ain't gonna be a podcast without me. Everybody knows that I carry the show.
Oof, bars.
Sure.
Yeah. I guess last thing off, you might have noticed if you have keener ears than the grand lot. We have a new microphone setup. We upgraded.
Upgrades,
dudes.
people. Upgrades.
The thing is that we've had this microphone for at least a month now.
Way longer.
Like,
than that.
wait, was it really like longer?
Yes.
Yeah, that checks out.
Dang.
Yeah, we've had it for a minute.
We are the king and queen of procrastination. So,
but specifically for the podcast, and have not used it until now for the podcast.
Exactly.
I've used it for other things though. And
that's the worst part.
Which is really hilarious to me.
It's so funny. It's sad.
No, I'm sad. Dang it. Okay. Anyways, let's get focused.
Moving on.
Which is totally the brand of this podcast. To our hypothetically segment.
Yes.
Oh gosh, this feels slightly nostalgic.
I know.
Because of
It's
how
been
long
so
it's been.
long that this is giving us nostalgia.
Oh, okay, so I actually have notes here. I wrote these notes April 30th. Which is not...
It's been about a month.
Yeah, almost about a month now is when I wrote this, and I didn't even remember it. And a lot of this stuff is outdated. I have things for the hypothetically, or the house tricks. This has been a while since we recorded, and it's been a while, a month ago. And
since you wrote this.
I put grinding on survival Minecraft, cleaning house, and Godspell. Wow. Only one of those really applies because the other two we've let our house go since then, and I have not been on Minecraft in a while. Just I was playing it for hours.
Scrap this idea.
Anyways, so I did write down a hypothetical question. Probably gonna cut that part out. Anyways,
I'm traumatized.
You should be. Okay, I won't do it again. Maybe. Okay, all right. So, hypothetically, if you had to lose one part of your body, what would it be? And for clarification, I'm thinking hands, feet, arms, and legs. Anything like that. I'll leave it up to you, right?
Any part of my body?
If
I would be okay
if you had to lose one part of your body, which one would it be? If you had to. If your life necessitated the amputation and or just complete expunging, eradication of one part of your body, what would it be? It can, I guess we could have maybe not, probably not internal organs because I'm looking for things that people will notice.
Yeah, noticeable.
So yeah, something that's noticed. I mean, you could even have it where you replace. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Hypothetically, if you had to lose one part of your body, what would you pick, and what would you replace it with?
I got you right now. All right, I would want to lose my left hand. All right. Right at the wrist. Okay.
Yeah.
And replace it with a hook.
Oh,
now hear me out, okay? I have always been fascinated with pirates. Love pirates. Okay? Captain Hook, first pirate I ever knew of, right? Childhood memories, Disney's. Then as I progressed through the ages, Jack Sparrow, staple figures.
He doesn't have a hook hand though. He's missing that very crucial part of all pirates. Everyone knows all pirates have at least one hook hand. If not, they have at least a hook for a finger.
That's very true.
It'd be really funny to see, instead of it was just a pirate who didn't have a hook for... No, all fingers are hooks.
That is the most horrifying thing I've ever heard of. Or like, not even like all the just the fingertips. They're just tiny hooks.
That's not what I was going for, but yeah, that's even worse.
That'd be funny.
It's
no different than having acrylic nails at this point. You know what I'm saying?
When pirates get their nails done, it's just hooks. Just hooks. Man, are they killers at tickle parties?
Oh my tickle party, easy. I don't know what you're trying to get into.
Oh my gosh.
But no, basically, I feel like if I were to be able to replace my hand with a hook, my left hand specifically, because I still want to be able to, do stuff with my right.
Such as right.
Yeah, that. But I think that my dreams of becoming a pirate will be fulfilled if I were to have a hook for a hand. Plus, the stories would be killer.
Oh yeah, you can make up whatever story you want.
Especially since I work with kids a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
Wow. That's deep. I mean...
I come up with, so many cool stories. Sailed across the 7 seas, matey. They tried to get me leg, but I traded it in for my hand. I don't know.
Sailed across the 7 seas, but when I reached the 8th, the universe said, "What are you doing here?" And take my hand.
They took me hand.
Took me.
And they forced me back onto just the 7. They said not to go near the 8th anymore. Then I took a back way to the 9th. You don't want to know what's in the 9th sea. 9th sea? I barely escaped there with just me hand. Sorry.
Just me hand.
Just me hand. I left the rest of me. This is actually just my hook talking. It's not even me.
Got it from the 9th sea?
Yeah.
Wow. That's poetic.
I'm just so cool with
Yeah.
Well, what about you?
I was gonna say if I had to replace a part of my any part of my body with something, or what part of the body I would replace with something. I'm gonna go with similar route. I would choose to lose my left hand, but I just replace it with another right hand. Imagine how weird that'd be. It'd be like if you face alright. So for you guys at home, just take your right hand.
Unless you're driving.
Unless you're driving. If you're driving, please do not do this. Don't listen to this when you're driving, people.
You might crash.
You might crash. So just take your right hand. Just look at your right hand, palm first. Look at your right hand.
Palm facing your face.
Palm facing your face, and then take your left hand, the back of it facing your face. That is just how you would look.
But imagine the palm on the front.
Imagine the palm on the front.
Of
all right?
the left.
That's basically the life I'm envisioning.
That's kind of horrifying.
Yeah, or I guess maybe it'd work.
Does that mean that you would be truly ambidextrous?
Yes, that is what I'm going for. Huh. True ambidextrous.
It'd be so weird, to get used to. Unless it's just the same sensation of having it on your right arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would. I think it would actually break the fabric of reality in space-time. Yeah,
it's possible.
Possible. Yeah. Unless there's someone out there who actually does literally have 2 right arms or something like that. Well, you're right. Wait. Hold on a second.
You would write like this.
How much of your... Wait, no, hold on. I'm actually thinking about this. How much of your body would have to switch to the right side in order for you to have 2 right hands? Because think about it, your right hand is specifically made in conjunction with your right arm. Mm-hmm. Everything, all the muscles and tissues and stuff in here, they're specifically put in place so that the right hand can function, right? If you had a right hand on your left hand, it wouldn't function right. If you wanted to move your thumb, you'd just move your pinky. And unless you want to go full out and just replace the whole arm, well then how much of your brain has to be replaced? Do you become just the embodiment of right?
No, you become a vegetable. That's what happens.
Well, you don't have right brain and left brain. You just have 2 right brains.
Does that just make brain?
No. See, you have to have both right brain and left brain to have a functioning human being. Otherwise, it's chaos.
Again, vegetable.
Yeah,
no. Okay, that sounds really bad. Not vegetable. I'm sorry to all the vegetables. No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend
you. Why do I laugh like a clown?
I don't know, but it's really...
What?
Sorry, I thought about making a call back to a previous episode. Then I decided.
He came to clown school, and as he walked through the hall, his shoes would make the sound of gunshots.
decided against
You
it.
can do that if you want.
I know, but I couldn't do it smoothly enough, so I decided to abandon the whole idea.
Yeah,
anyway,
probably a safe call.
I'm just saying that your brain would not be able to function. I'm not trying to offend any people who have disabilities out there. That's not my intent. I'm just trying
What do you mean? You offend me every day.
Oh.
No. It's different.
Dog.
In all seriousness, I think that was a pretty fun hypothetically. This might be the funniest episode we've ever done.
You said that last time.
Yeah, I did say that last time. They just keep getting better. Maybe, I don't know.
Or we're so stupid.
The analytics beg to differ. That's just how media works, really.
It's like you've seen it before. On to the next thing.
That's how
Plus, I feel like since it was the first episode, people were like, "Oh yeah, that's really cool." And the second one, yeah. Third one, yeah.
Yeah, because they already got the gist from the first episode, and they decided, maybe this isn't for me. But we're getting better. We're strengthening our muscles. I don't know. I'll maybe try to promote it more. Who knows?
Yeah,
that might work. Anyway, so yeah, good stuff, good things. Yeah, we're already on to our which one? Yeah, our comedy segment.
I haven't asked my hypothetical question.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You asked another one.
Brown.
I apologize in advance.
Yeah. Okay, so to set up my hypothetically question, have you heard anything about the new color that the scientists discovered?
No, I haven't.
So it can only be seen with specific glasses or something like that.
Oh,
I don't really know
that's not a color.
Because of the way that the light bends. Anyway, it can't be seen with the human eye. You know what? The closest thing that they could get to it was teal, pretty much. Looks just it's pretty much this color, just slightly more green. For anybody who's curious, I'm just wearing a light bluish teal shirt right now, and I just pointed to my shirt. Anyway, you know what they called it?
What?
Olo.
Olo? That sounds familiar. I might have heard of that.
OLO is what it's called. I think they pronounce it like Ulu though.
Olo.
That's how Megamind answers the phone. It's not a color, but that is my premise. We can talk about this more later. Hypothetically, if you were the scientist who discovered it, and you were naming it, what would you name it? And follow-up question. No, that's the follow-up question. The primary question is, would you release it to the public or be like, this is stupid? No. And then, if you decided to release it to the public or not, what would you name it?
So, I'm going to give a practical answer for the first one. I wouldn't release that because if you have to wear special glasses to see this, you could just basically put some glasses, just some frames in there that make everything just a slighter tint up or something. I don't know how anyone can and I'm ignorant of this obviously, but how can there are so many different shades of colors that are on the spectrum that we can see that, but they're even just the slightest difference, just almost imperceptible. How do we know this one isn't just on the part of the spectrum? This sounds like something someone just came up because they wanted to become famous, and somehow it worked.
I mean, I'm not gonna discredit that.
I'm
a 100% possibility.
I'm being a bit of a jerk. I feel because if I really believe that I found a new color, I'd probably be pretty excited about that. But I mean, would anyone care really? Which I feel is really mean, but it's kind of the truth.
But what would you name it?
What would I name it? Okay. I don't know, but
I can hear the gears turning, and I don't like what they're sounding like.
So, what did they name theirs?
It's spelled Olo, but I think it's said Ulu.
Okay, so just bear with me on this one. So if they called theirs Olo, I'm gonna call mine YOLO.
I hate you.
YOLO, you guys.
I can't.
Oh my gosh.
This is ridiculous.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. I think that if I was going to name it, I don't think that I would release it just because it seems like a pointless bit of information. I mean, yeah, cool, we found another color, but who cares? Like,
and those crickets are really loud.
They really are.
Dang, man.
But they fill in the silence, which is nice. But if I was gonna name the color, I'd probably name it like Jerry.
Oh.
Imagine
literally name the color.
Okay, so imagine you can actually see it with your eyeballs. You don't need special glasses, and somehow you were able to turn it into some kind of pigment that you could turn into a crayon or a marker or something like that. Say you're the scientist that comes up with it, and like, I don't know, you come to like an elementary school and be like, hey, I discovered this color, because not a lot of people who name colors and stuff or like discover colors like get to be talked to, right? And they're like, yeah, I didn't come up with this color, but I've discovered this color. And then, I don't know, like, you're there and then you just see they have, like, coloring time. I don't know, I haven't been to elementary school in, like, a long time. But you just hear a bunch of the kids be like, hey, can you pass me the Jerry? Like, that sounds awesome. That would be hilarious.
I'd like to see the Jerome, please.
The Jerome, please. Yeah, that's hilarious. I feel like I would either do that, either give it, like, a person's name, or give it something, like, so ridiculously unfunny. Or something.
Ridiculously unfunny.
No, ridiculously funny to the point where that it just becomes so integrated into society that that's what it's called, like, hopefully, like, years later. Oh. That it's like, oh, yeah, that's just, like, I don't know. The person who came up with the name, like, the word orange, that's hilarious to me. Just because it's like, yeah, like, because you don't know. You don't know if they intended for that to be a joke. That's hilarious. It doesn't rhyme with any one word. It rhymes with other syllables and other groups of words, but it doesn't really rhyme with one word.
Yeah, I
And so, because, like, now, it's like, that's a common word that everybody uses. It's two things. It's a fruit and it's a color. And, I don't know. I feel like either calling it Jerry or something like
Cambridge, I don't know.
No, that's an actual, just like coming up with some kind of other word. Like
Cambridge is a...
Basquillion.
This is what?
Can you hand me the Basquillion, please? I would like to color this thing a Basquillion.
Hand me the Belgium, please.
Belgium is a place!
I know, no, I know that, but like, if we're saying like that...
Like, it's just a massive prank that you're trying to play on society.
Not even that, just like, if we're gonna name something... Like, wait, hold on.
It's already been named?
Yeah, like, Jerry's a name.
Right, but...
So why can't I name it Cambridge or Belgium? That'd be hilarious.
But you've already said your thing. You landed on YOLO.
I know. YOLO's funny to me.
But what's funny to me is just the idea of playing a prank on society into getting them to say a hilarious word that is absolutely nonsensical is... But, like, that's the legacy of that thing that you discovered. That's what I would do with it.
I wonder if there's someone out there who has that legacy, that's like widely regarded with that legacy.
That's pretty awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Low-key kind of jealous.
Okay. Now for our comedy segment. Comedy? Comedy.
Comedy?
Comedy.
Our comedy section.
Our comedy section. Yep. So, we are gonna play one-word story. You see the smile across your face.
Let's do it.
So, like, no topic or setting. We each take, or for everyone who doesn't know, we each take turns saying one word at a time to hopefully make a hilarious story.
Now, do we have a word limit?
A word limit. I think we just keep going until until either it falls or we fall over laughing.
I like it.
Maybe, or something like that. I really don't know how this is going to go. So we're each just going to bounce off each other, just saying just one word at a time, one after the other. I guess we could do rapid fire. It'd be more cohesive if we were doing it like relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's just going to make a fun story. This is really funny with a big group of people.
Yes, because everybody has a different perspective on how they want the direction of the story to go. So, I think you should start.
All right.
And then that'll be one story, and then I'll start, and then it'll be one story, depending on how long it goes. We can do
two or three maybe.
2 each is like 4, depending on how long the story goes.
Yes, very depending on how long it goes.
That's what I said, and I said it with my chest. All right.
We are on the same wavelength. If we maintain this wavelength thing, then this will be the most hilarious one-word story anyone has ever seen, heard, ear saw. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All
Let's
right.
do this thing.
Alright, here we go. Once
Upon
a
time
I
gave
a
kidney
to
my
kitten.
and
He
died
because
it
killed
him.
in
This
barnacles.
in the barnacles.
Yeah.
It killed him in the barnacles.
Yeah, sure. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
This
Terrifying
occurrence
made
my
brain
rupture
with
cancer
containing
a
egg
from
my
grandmother's
eyebrows.
That's a pretty good ending to that story.
Yeah, sure. It kind of lost. I feel like
We lost the plot.
I feel like we
somewhere.
could do a little better. I feel like
Yeah.
we could do better. All right, okay, here you go. Give me your
All right,
give me a good
ready?
setup. Yep.
There
Once
was
a
kid
who
had
legs
and
they
did
not
work
properly.
because
They
were
made
in
China. I think that's pretty good just on its own.
That's awesome. Alright, your turn.
Okay. When
I
take
baths
in
the
fountain
at
the
mall
security
does
not
want
to
look
away.
Oh my god! Dude, that's awesome!
Oh, that was perfect.
Perfect ending.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh!
Your turn.
The way you hold on. The way you said away was so suspicious.
Away.
No! Get away. There's a barrier in the middle. Okay.
Clearly not. You got this, boy.
Long
Ago.
there
Once
was
an
octopus
who
had
no
friends.
because
This
octopus
was
smelly
and
could
not
quite
sing
lullabies.
and
He
was
politically
incorrect
most
of
the
millennia
which
caused
his
family
problems
big time.
big time.
There's a hyphen.
I can appreciate hyphenated words. I can appreciate that. Yeah.
I feel like we can continue.
We
with this
can.
one.
We
We can
yeah.
keep
Okay.
going
Okay.
with this
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I have a direction that I think this would be nice.
Okay. So yeah, you started with big. Ended with big time. One.
Of
His
family.
punched
A
raccoon.
in
The
chest.
because
This
raccoon
had
rabies
and
was
very
liberal. right there. I did not expect this to be that freaking funny. Oh my gosh.
We should do this more often.
Oh man, this is we gotta do that with everyone in the family.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see.
Everyone in
Whose
the
turn is
octopus
it to
family.
I feel like we gotta.
It's my turn to start.
All right.
Did that go in the direction you were hoping it went for that last one?
No, but I'm glad it went there.
Awesome. Long.
Time.
You want to try that again? Just long time. Okay, breathe. Oh my gosh. Dang.
Long time.
Just long time.
Okay, hold on. Okay, start again.
Long.
Ago.
In.
Jamaica.
There.
Happened.
To.
Be.
A.
Fuzzy.
Dragon.
Made.
In.
China.
Whose.
Mother.
Ate.
My.
Pride.
With.
Her.
Husband.
Z.
It's not one syllable story. Z is really funny.
Just.
Husbands. This.
Dragon.
Was.
Small.
And.
Not.
Very.
Attractive.
Because.
Of.
This.
Dragons.
Looks.
And.
Height.
This
isn't going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
We lost the plot.
We only lost it. Dang, man. We want to do like one more, maybe.
Yeah, I'll try again.
Yeah, let's
try
again. We gotta try again.
Sometimes.
I
don't
appreciate
my
grandma
because
she
doesn't
appreciate
me.
Because
I
don't
appreciate
her.
Oh, it's my turn. Breath. It's stanky.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. New sentence.
New story.
New story.
That one ended very well.
7
years
prior
to
my
death. No, birth.
My
mother
was
dying
in
a
prison.
However,
she
met
a
genie
who
granted
her
7
deaths.
Each
one
worse
than
the
first. I didn't want to say something as cliche as the last.
Yeah.
I feel like we really hit it off with the octopus one.
Yeah.
Which one was the? I don't even remember all the ones we did.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I think we can fit one more into this.
One more.
Many
freaking
kids
crossed
the
line.
I
almost
kicked
their
heads
off.
But
if
they
hadn't
called
my
uncle,
he
wouldn't
have
survived.
The kids.
The kids. DAKIDZ.
Yes. Yes. That made sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was leaning towards cops.
Cops.
But,
Yeah, I know that's what you're going for.
Instead of uncle.
But I tried to. So yeah, I guess that was the last one. Sure. All right. That might have been the highlight of my day.
That was pretty.
That
awesome.
was very funny. Okay, you have the wheel pulled up because now it's on for our mystery discussion topic.
All right.
Yeah. Did you edit it last time?
I did not. So this ought to be fun.
All right. You ready to spin the wheel?
Yes.
All right.
Go for it.
Spin that wheel.
Don't get us copyrighted now.
Oh.
This is gonna be
This
interesting.
might get heated.
All right.
I don't know.
This may
But I think we might be in safe territory.
Drive a wedge between the viewers and us.
Yeah. Really? Oh, yeah.
Three-way.
Okay. All right. So, the topic of discussion the wheel chose was Apple or Android, or Apple versus Android.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like I know what's about to happen, and we might have to be separated.
Oof.
Oh.
All right.
Would you like to go first?
I think you should go first.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Out of all of this unpleasantness
and
controversy, there has been a kerfuffle with Apple and Android. Now, for the longest time, I had Android phones. I used Android phones because I could not pay for my own phone. Yeah. But at this moment, and sorry, let me clarify. I really liked Android. Okay, I liked Android, but I always picked the side of it anytime this debate would come up or this discussion would come up. I always picked Android because I was biased, because I owned an Android. However, once I got an iPhone, I understood. I knew what it was all about, and I felt it. I see it now. I feel the iPhone, and they know what they're doing. Honestly, it's so crisp. It's so nice and warm. Sometimes too warm, but let's not really get into that right now. It's homey. Okay, this is all kind of a bit of a setup. I personally really like the iPhone because of
Apple as a whole.
Not necessarily Apple as a whole, but the iPhone.
It's not. It's not iPhone versus Android.
Apple versus Android. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's good. Now, I haven't really used many other Apple products other than the iPhone because we just don't have that kind of money. That's kind of one thing. Apple and Android. I don't use Apple products because of the cost. Now that is probably one thing that turns most people off from iPhone, or like most Android users off from iPhone, is because they're not as affordable as the Android phones.
Right.
Like the Samsung phones. Probably more broadly, we can like go for like Samsung phones, the Google phones. Though I have never had the luxury of owning a Google phone, so I don't know how well those work. I have had a Samsung phone before.
Now those...
it was an older phone. It was an older model, I guess.
Yeah.
And it worked. The thing about the Android phones is they're so slow, dude. They're so slow. The processing, like if you have too much space, if you don't have enough space on your phone, it takes so long for you to open an app. I want to be able to click on an app and see the information of the app within the second I click it. I don't want to have to wait for for any amount of time to view what I just clicked on. I want it to be there when I click it, because when I click it is when I want it to be there. That's why you click on it. Sure, yeah. That and also I kind of like the camera quality on the iPhone, even though as of right now, I'm having a bit of a kerfuffle with iPhones because my back camera on my iPhone isn't working right now, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to file a complaint with Mr. Apple over there. I don't know.
Mr. Apple?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Because he's obviously not doing his job over there. So yeah, that's my argument. I like Apple, and I might I don't know. I haven't had the luxury to use any of their laptops or tablets before. I've used their tablets before. It's an older version, so it's I don't know. We'll get to that another day. I don't know. So yeah,
that's your stance.
That's my stance. All
right. I respect it. However, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Now, here's the thing. I own an Apple phone. And I'm going to say this, I do like Apple. I'm not saying that it's bad. However, the whole stigma around it of, like, people who like Apple, it's like their entire personality. And it irks me so bad. And hey, if you like Apple, that's fine. But when you make it your whole personality, I don't like it. It makes me super uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Now, I have an uncle who does this. And he may be listening right now. So I'm not going to expose him. But I, again, have never had the luxury of owning a Google phone or a high-brand Android or Samsung. The only phones that I've only ever had two phones. The first one I got when I was 14, and I shared that with Lachlan.
Yeah, that was...
And that one was a Android. It was a Motorola E.
Ooh.
It was rough. It was very slow, but it worked. It was functional. I liked it. I liked the setup of it. Now, with Apple, the phone that I have right now, I think it's an iPhone 14.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Yeah. We both have the iPhone 14.
It's an iPhone 14. I like the amount of storage that it has. That's kind of like my only downside of the phone the Android phone that I did have. However, I do like the Android setup a lot better than Apple. I do agree with you in the sense that Apple is a lot faster. I do like that about it. However, I prefer Android. Just for several reasons, but the main reason is because the Apple people are in a cult. I'm gonna say it. It's a cult.
Apple is the only phone I choose. Anyone who owns Androids are just the embodiment of all evil.
You're proving my point.
Everyone who owns an Android deserves to be thrown away. Just away, alright? Just out of sight, out of mind. Just all the way, just out.
Ding dong.
Complete.
Gone.
Ding dong ditch. There goes your Android. I don't know.
There goes your Android.
There goes your Android. Like I don't know. Apple is superior in every way possible. I'm willing to stake my entire reputation on this.
I'm not saying that it's not superior. I just prefer Android. I will say this. Again, I've never had like a high quality.
I will sacrifice you.
Guys, help me! Help me! See, here's the thing. It's people like you. No, I feel like if I had the chance to have a like really high quality Google phone, it would prove my point even further. But if I'm just making a comparison out of the two phones that I have had in my, entire 17 years of living, the iPhone that I have right now, I think is better, but in comparison to like the high brand Apple phones and the high brand Google phones and high quality, I think Google phones are better. Mm. And that's my opinion. And you can disagree with me on that.
Profound, but I fundamentally disagree with you on the face of it.
Alright, you're entitled to your own opinion. But I'm also entitled to mine, so you better respect my opinion.
Ow.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, I think that about wraps it up.
Alright.
Alright, well, thank you for joining the Hypothetically podcast. It has been me, something, insert adjective here, it doesn't matter, we'll just get on with it.
And me, passively...
You got it. Get there.
Passively precautious. There it is, Paisley.
Yeah, and we'll see you all in the next episode.
Toodles.
Toodles?
Toodles.
Okay.